Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go, D.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that. But, boy, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season.
17.
On first down, it's gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, Haywood. Check. Hey, 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 30. There goes Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You ready? Hey, check. Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Lock Obama.
To throw is gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
On first down, it's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. Had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape.
They'll run here with John Kelly, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Natson. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw, Goff. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again is Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, watch it. Check the backer, check the backer.
The play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. On 1st down, Goff. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
It's 2nd down.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Trubisky will throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now Nansen. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now Goff on 1st down. He gets it to Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Value three. We go, 76,
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Hey, kill.
To try again after the sack. Goff. And Woods has it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 9.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Go.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time for and a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Here's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
This one complete to Scott Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's going to be intercepted. The All-Pro corner, Patrick Peterson. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And this one is right down the middle. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half halftime, just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Gone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Trubisky to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! 57's right. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Switch.
Now Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown LA. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now on 2nd and 13, Trubisky. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now it's Trubisky. Going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Come on, 180. 2 right here. They're not ready for this, man.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ric Flair. Hey, Charlie.
From the 50, it's gone. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone. And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. On first down, Trubisky.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll go option to the short side. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Now Trubisky lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Darren Lee coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They run. This is Cohen. And he gets it down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Kelly. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
3rd and goal.
Come on, Shift.
They'll run forward Tariq Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Watch the eye. Watch the twitch. Watch the
Kelly to try to punch it in. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. On 4th and goal, Kelly stopped up. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Black 20, 4 down. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Gurley again here on first down. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let him know, let him know. What's that?
The first carry for Josh Adams. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Once more, Adams on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3rd and long. It's gone. Hard throw, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offensive backfield has been something else in this game.
And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
I'm going back to you.
After the interception, here's Goff. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Echo. Hey, Jet. I'm coming after you. Right there, 54, right there, 54. Ready?
From the gun, here's Lauletta. They'll find Miller, that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on second down. Lauletta. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball.
To the air yet again, Lauletta. Got a man open, it's Ross. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
54. Come to my work. 18. We want it.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now it's Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Scott Miller. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, nothing changes there with that final touchdown, but it did beat the buzzer nonetheless.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for L.A., they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, Things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.